The Power of Silence. Chapter 1. The Noisy Life. 30-year-old Liam Brooks lived in Chicago, a city that never slept. Sirens, traffic, conversations, arguments, everything around him was loud. And inside, his mind was even louder. He worked in a large corporate office. Meetings, deadlines, pressure, expectations. They never stopped. Everyone talked, argued, competed, and tried to prove themselves. Liam had become one of them. He used to be calm, soft-spoken, and thoughtful. But the world changed him. Now he spoke too quickly, reacted too fast, and got angry easily. He felt trapped in an endless noise that kept pulling him down. Every night, he went home exhausted. Not tired from work, but tired from people, their opinions, their drama, their expectations. He wanted peace. He wanted quiet, but he didn't know how to find it. Chapter 2. The Argument That Changed Everything. One Tuesday morning, Liam had a big argument with his co-worker, Jacob. It started because of a small mistake in a report, but both of them shouted like it was the end of the world. Liam slammed his files on the desk. "This is stupid. Why do you always act like you know everything?" Jacob yelled back, "Don't talk to me like that. You're the one who messed up." Their boss came running and separated them. The whole office stared. Liam felt ashamed, angry, and embarrassed. He rushed out of the building and went for a walk. As he walked through the busy Chicago streets, he felt like he was drowning in noise. Horns, people talking loudly on phones, music from passing cars. Suddenly, something caught his eye. An old man sat on a bench in a small park nearby. He wasn't talking. He wasn't moving much. He was simply sitting there, calm and peaceful, as if the whole world didn't touch him. The man looked like a rock in the middle of a storm, steady, silent, unbothered. Liam slowed down. Something about that old man felt powerful. He was not doing anything, but it felt like he was doing everything. Chapter 3. A Stranger's Wisdom. The next day, Liam returned to the same park during lunch break. The old man was there again, sitting quietly, watching the trees sway. This time, Liam gathered courage and approached him. "Sir, can I sit here?" The old man smiled gently. "Of course." They sat without speaking for several minutes. Liam felt strangely comfortable in the silence. Finally, the old man spoke softly. "You seem troubled." Liam sighed. "I argue a lot. I get stressed easily. I feel like my mind is always full of noise." The man nodded, as if he understood everything. "You know," he said, "the greatest strength a person can have is not power, not intelligence, not words." He paused. "It is silence." Liam frowned. "Silence? How can silence help me?" The old man looked at him with deep, calm eyes. "Silence helps you see what noise hides. It gives you control. It protects your energy. It makes you strong." Liam listened carefully. The man continued, "When you choose silence instead of anger, you win. When you choose silence instead of reacting, you grow. When you choose silence instead of explaining yourself to everyone, you protect your peace. Liam felt something shift inside him. He asked, "Who are you?" The old man smiled. "Someone who learned the power of silence the hard way." Chapter 4. Trying to be silent. The next morning at work, Liam decided to try what the old man said. In the elevator, two coworkers were gossiping loudly. Usually, he would join or react. This time, he stayed silent. At his desk, his boss complained about a late report. Normally, Liam would defend himself immediately. Instead, he listened silently, nodded, and spoke only when necessary. During a meeting, people argued about ideas. Liam stayed calm, spoke slowly, and didn't fight to prove he was right. For the first time in months, he felt in control. That afternoon, Jacob approached him. "Are you still mad about yesterday?" Jacob asked. Liam looked at him and simply said, "No, it's fine." Jacob seemed surprised. He expected a fight, an argument, a defensive speech. Instead, he faced silence, and silence disarmed him. Later that day, Liam visited the park again. The old man smiled when he saw him. "You look calmer," he said. Liam nodded. "I tried using silence today, and it worked." The old man chuckled softly. "Of course it worked. Silence is a weapon." Chapter 5. The Voice Inside. As days passed, Liam continued practicing silence. Not the silence of weakness, but the silence of power. He learned 3 valuable things. 1. Silence helps you think clearly. Whenever he stayed quiet, he could understand the situation better. He no longer reacted blindly. 2. Silence protects your emotions. People who wanted to argue lost interest when they got no reaction. 3. Silence makes you respectable. Even his boss noticed the change and praised him for handling challenges calmly. Little by little, the noise inside Liam's mind started to fade. He could hear his own thoughts again. Thoughts he had ignored for years. He realized he didn't hate his job. He hated the chaos around him. He didn't dislike people. He disliked drama. He didn't lose control. He just forgot how to focus. Silence brought him back. Chapter 6. The Breakdown and the Breakthrough. One evening, Liam came home and found his sister, Emma, crying on the phone. Her boyfriend had broken up with her, and she was devastated. Liam sat beside her. She shouted, cried, and blamed herself. But Liam didn't interrupt. He didn't give advice. He didn't try to fix anything. He just stayed silent beside her, offering presence, not pressure. After half an hour, she finally calmed down and said, "Thank you for listening. You didn't say anything, but I feel better." That night, Liam understood a new truth. Silence is not only power for yourself. Silence is healing for others. Chapter 7. The Man in the Park. Liam started meeting the old man regularly. They talked sometimes, but mostly they shared peaceful silence. One afternoon, Liam found the courage to ask, "Why do you sit here every day?" The old man looked at the sky. "I lost my wife 5 years ago," he said quietly. "After she passed, the world became loud, too loud. People told me how to feel, how to grieve, how to move on. The noise broke me. Silence healed me." Liam felt emotional. "I'm sorry," he whispered. The man smiled faintly. "It's okay. Life teaches us through pain. I learned that the world will never stop talking, so I chose to stop listening." He placed a gentle hand on Liam's shoulder. "You too must choose when to listen and when to remain silent." Chapter 8. A New Kind of Strength. Months passed. Liam grew calmer, wiser, more patient. His colleagues noticed. His boss noticed. His sister noticed. People came to him for advice because he listened carefully and spoke only when necessary. One day, the company director invited him to a leadership training program. "We like your attitude," she said. "You have self-control." Liam felt proud, not because someone praised him, but because he knew he had earned this peace through hard work. At home, he started waking up early, drinking coffee in silence, watching the sunrise. No phone, no news, no noise. Every peaceful moment made his life brighter. Chapter 9. The Final Lesson. One Friday morning, Liam went to the park as usual, but the old man was not there. The next day, he wasn't there either. On the third day, Liam asked a nearby vendor, "Do you know the old man who always sits there?" The vendor nodded sadly. "He passed away 2 days ago. He was very kind." Liam felt a deep ache in his chest. The man who had taught him so much was gone. He went to the bench and sat quietly. The wind blew softly. The leaves rustled. The city noise faded in the background. And for a moment, Liam felt the old man's presence, a calm, warm silence surrounding him like a protective blanket. He closed his eyes. "Thank you," he whispered. No reply came, but he didn't need one. The silence spoke enough. Chapter 10. The Power of Silence. A year later, Liam had completely transformed. He was promoted at work. He became more thoughtful and patient. He learned to respond, not react. He learned to listen without judgment. He learned to think before speaking. But most importantly, he learned to protect his peace. Whenever life felt overwhelming, he remembered the old man's words. "Silence is power." He wrote them on a small card and kept it in his wallet. On hard days, he took it out and read it. It reminded him that he didn't need to fight every battle. He didn't need to win every argument. He didn't need to respond to every insult. Sometimes, silence was the strongest answer. Chapter 11. Sharing the Gift. One evening, Liam's new intern, a young employee named David, got into an argument with a coworker. He was shaking with anger and frustration. Liam took him aside. "Sit with me," he said. They sat on a bench outside the office, quietly. David expected a lecture, advice, or a speech, but Liam didn't speak. He stayed quiet. After a few minutes, David's breathing slowed, his anger softened, his mind cleared. Finally, David said, "I feel better." "But you didn't say anything." Liam smiled. "You don't always need words to help someone. Sometimes silence does the work." David nodded slowly, understanding. Liam had become like the old man, a calm presence in a world full of noise. Chapter 12. The Ending That Is a Beginning. One Sunday morning, Liam went back to the same park. He sat on the old man's bench, closed his eyes, and listened to the world. Children laughing, leaves swaying, birds singing, the distant hum of the city. He didn't try to control anything. He didn't try to fix anything. He didn't try to think. He simply existed in silence. And in that moment, he felt the deepest peace he had ever known. He whispered softly, "Silence is not empty. Silence is full of answers." He smiled. His life had changed. His mind had changed. His heart had changed. All because one day he discovered the quiet, gentle, powerful truth. The power of silence. Moral of the story: silence is strength. Silence gives clarity. Silence protects your peace. Not every battle needs words. Sometimes silence is the strongest answer.